live film, that's good too.
And, you know, I love the fins at back.
Yep,
and I love
if you're ever in
those
a bar with a B-25 pilot, never arm wrestle them.
There you are, another little quintessential nugget hewn from the rock of aviation experience by no less than Melvin Hiscock.
Could be a bit of a beast on one. Yes, it would catch you out if one engine went, especially after takeoff. As I said, very heavy to control. You'd need both feet on one rudder pedal to keep it straight. But as you see, it is a very agile aeroplane. I remember the late Jeff Walker referring to this as being very much a gentleman's aerial conveyance. So Peter pulling up there. Peter is an airline pilot in his day job, and in some of his spare time he's also been known to fly around in Sally B, the B-17. You can see the twin tails stuck behind the engines for maximum effectiveness. Also gives the mid-upper gunner a better field of view. There was a tail gunner, two gunners in the sides. You'll be able to see their windows as you come past. And many had the glazed nose, which also had a fixed machine gun.
Flown hundreds of displays in numerous countries in Europe, dropped airborne paratroopers from DC-3s as well, flown the DC-3 C-47, as well as the Yak-50. He dropped paratroopers, as I say, from Dakota over Normandy and Arnhem for World War II memorials. Started at 14 on glider, as so many do. I'll come back to the whole concept of gliding.
Had the bomb bay open there, ladies and gentlemen. The aircraft was termed as a medium bomber, although the bomb load was not that dissimilar to B-17. This particular aircraft does have an interesting history. This has been used for parachute dropping, and not all of this aeroplane's history is necessarily legal.
Look at that wing over. It was 90 degrees and just a little bit beyond. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Peter Carvers, this is your captain speaking, because his daytime job is flying a Boeing 737 for KLM. Well, hey.
Peter opening the bomb bay as he comes past there again. Some of these aircraft were fitted with solid nose, which was just packed full of machine guns. There was even one version with a 75mm anti-shipping gun. Apparently when it fired, the recoil almost stopped the aircraft in mid-air, but it was definitely an aeroplane that you wouldn't want to be on the wrong side of. Even many of the standard bombers had forward-facing machine guns that were operated by the pilot. I think with as many gunners as he had on board, he probably felt a bit left out.
My first tip to the top for the best in show today. We shall see. We've got a long way to go.
We shall indeed. It's interesting, as a comment here, the aircraft was acquired by the Dukes of Brabant, which eventually became part of the Dutch memorial flight. The Dukes of Brabant said they got this aircraft and it has been under restoration ever since. And as a fellow owner of an old aeroplane, I can totally understand that. You never stop working on them.
Well, you never stop working on the new ones. All the present rules and regulations.
But if God had meant us to fly, he'd have given us more money.
We'll head on the V-axis. Look at this great job here for a photo, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that. Up. Oh, one day he's going to roll it. I know he is. That's the marvel.
I bet he has. his own time.
Excellent. Any moments? Lovely sound of those twin right cyclones. So I think that looks like it's going to be his last pass, Melvin.
Indeed, he will then be repositioning to come in and land. As we mentioned, it's an aircraft with a Dunsfold history. They were based here with the RAF and with the Dutch.
So he should be going up. And a half. Anyway, not to worry. It's good enough for government work. Start again, say everything after hello. A 2.5 point hesitation roll. A commentator's delight. Why he knows stick to script?
Because the script actually, if I open up, is last year's.
That was nice and close in, a nice very shot of the roll. If you've got video cameras, that would have been very exciting. As you can see, several.
It was definitely several.
Good enough for government
fear
work.
of contradiction.
I like to catch him out, you see.
It wasn't many.
Yes. But, surprisingly, as you can see, very, very quick. Trying to do it right way up, and upside down as well. Lovely, lovely little machine to fly. Very maneuverable, very quick. Uses up quite a bit of sky.
Responsible for all of the Ministry of Defence fixed-wing and UAV aircrew documentation. So a real desk job.
Knife edge fly past.
Also
Very nicely held, isn't it?
very visible that are the wingtip fuel tanks. In common with many early jets, these were hampered by a lack of fuel. They tended to guzzle their way through the kerosene pretty quickly. So the wingtip tanks were put on the wingtips because that's why they're named that.
2 minutes only. 2 minutes now till showtime. Step up, step forward.
I've just heard he's moved from Moscow down. He's now training pupils on the Hawks at RAF Valley. Of course, we mentioned the Hawk, another aeroplane with a fantastic Dunsfold pedigree.
I'm sure you've covered some of the background, Melvin, but Dunsfold, for people who've not been here before, a very historic site.
Absolutely, very, very. Started in the early years of the Second World War as a Canadian airfield. Ending up, of course, under British aerospace. The Jet Provost was rather unkindly known in RAF service as something that was constant thrust, variable noise.
Doing something in a minute.
As you see it coming around, you can see the very agile piston promise which I've flown. I've not managed to fly the jet, but the piston promise is a wonderful aeroplane to fly. Very, very nice control harmony, and it must have been carried on over into the Jet Provost thing. Dan is really having a nice time flying this. Progress on through various things, usually eventually onto the Hawk Hunter. Later on, we will be seeing the two-seat Hunter, very similar to one of the aircraft they would have done some of their weapons training in. And of course, at that time, they would have flown the Jet Provost up until the point where they received their wings.